Live from WWL Louisiana, this is a Carnival on 4 Lundi Gras special.
Happy Lundi Gras, and thank you so much for joining us this special edition of Carnival on 4. I'm Sharice Gibson. Chris and Katie are live at the annual Lundi Gras Festival on the Riverwalk, and we'll get to you all the fun that's happening today. But first, we continue to follow some breaking news regarding tomorrow, Mardi Gras Day. Parade plans for tomorrow. They have been altered in New Orleans and canceled in Jefferson Parish. We want to go to Alyssa Curtis right now, joining us live. This is right after police, Alyssa, gave us an update on New Orleans plans, and people are tweeting me right now, and they're hopeful that we continue to move forward. But Ann Kirkpatrick said there's a possibility, right?
Yeah, Ann Kirkpatrick, our superintendent, literally just walked away from our cameras 2 minutes ago, and she says she still wants Mardi Gras to go on tomorrow, but she's keeping a close eye on that weather report from the National Weather Service, and of course, I'm sure from our meteorologist, because she says from the watch to the warning, it makes a very big difference, and she wants to keep everyone safe, both on the floats and people on the route and enjoying the parade. So as of right now, Mardi Gras is still going on. Rex and Zulu will roll tomorrow. Zulu will start at 6:30. They plan to roll at 6:30, so it's a lot earlier than what we're expected. So she said, you know, grab your coffee, maybe get some king cake, take it out to the parade route, and you'll have your breakfast there. The Zulu route will be shorter. They will not turn on Canal. Instead, they'll be turning left onto Poydras, then disbanding towards the Superdome instead of at their headquarters. They also will not have any walking crews or bands. Chief Kirkpatrick says that's mainly because they want to be able to get everyone through and rolled through the route during that window that they have of the most safe area that they have, the time constraints. Right after Zulu, Rex will roll. They'll probably roll around 9:30. It kind of depends on Zulu, of course, ahead of them. Also, Rex will have a shorter route. Everyone, of course, still wants to make sure that we have our big party tomorrow. We don't want to cut Carnival short, even though it was a longer carnival season, so they want to do it as safe as possible. Take a listen to what we just heard.
If Ann Kirkpatrick wakes up in the morning, if Chief Ann wakes up and the winds are higher than what I had expected, I will not have a parade. All right, and I know that's a heavy burden and that makes people mad. I'm accustomed to people being mad. That's okay. I will do what I need to do to make sure we're safe.
And as she walked off and she finished her press conference, we did hear Alexandra talk about that watch versus warning. So we're kind of here on standby at Napoleon and Magazine, the beginning of the routes for tonight, to kind of see if they're going to come back and give us another update and say, hey, as a matter of fact, we can't have these parades tomorrow because of that high winds. So we're on standby. They're huddling somewhere, discussing the plans for tomorrow. But everyone, please be safe. She did mention no tents, no umbrellas. NOPD and law enforcement will be making sure that there are none of that on the route, because it can fly and hit people, and they don't want any of that to happen. So please be cautious of what's going on, and of course we'll keep you updated if we have any more information. We're going to stay here. Chief Kirkpatrick is just behind us, so we're going to keep an eye out and keep an ear out for what else is to come, any more updates. For now, reporting live at Magazine and Napoleon, Alyssa Curtis, WWL Louisiana.
I have a feeling we're going to hear from her a lot sooner. And another thing that you probably don't want to have, that she mentioned, is those ladders that you put out there because of the high winds. Alyssa, thank you so much. Leaders in JP at Jefferson Parish here are encouraging everyone to get out and enjoy the festivities today. That's because tomorrow's parades in JP, they're canceled. But first, we told you about this when the announcement was made yesterday. Amelia Strahan has the latest from the cruise and the parish right now. Some big changes happening in Jefferson Parish as well, Amelia.
Yes, Sharice, and the last thing you want to hear on Lundi Gras is parade cancellations. But luckily for the people here in Jefferson Parish, there are still 2 parades tonight. The crew of Kings and crew of Centurions are set to roll at 6 and 6:15. People are already out here setting up. Here's they took the parish president's advice to get out and enjoy the last night of Carnival in Jefferson Parish, with wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour in the forecast for tomorrow. Parish President Cynthia Lee Shang said said the only way to keep Mardi Gras safe was to cancel it. Crews say talks of possibly canceling the parade started yesterday afternoon, and officials made the difficult decision last night. Argus co-captain Lawrence Shahardy says they still have plans to roll, just not tomorrow.
We're looking forward to parading. We'll do so hopefully later this month. And again, we'll have to have discussions with the parish. But we're looking forward to extending Mardi Gras this year to be a little bit longer.
Right, extending Mardi Gras means extending the fun, so you can't go wrong with that. Now we're going to be out here on the route and give you an update, and you'll be able to see the floats start to roll in just about an hour or two. Reporting live from Metairie, Amelia Strahan, WWL, Louisiana.
All you can do is take advantage of what's happening right now in front of you, Amelia. Thank you so much. Now, there are also some changes in Covington and in Houma. Carnival in Covington, that will now roll at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. In Houma, the crew of Houma, they will roll at 11 a.m. followed by the crew of Cajuns. Now, we are actively monitoring these parade schedules and changes, trying to keep up with all of them. There are a handful rolling tonight. If you don't plan to make it out tomorrow, you can find details on routes and all on our WWL Parade Tracker app. And as we've been saying, all of these changes are because of expected weather tomorrow. That's why we've declared tomorrow a weather impact alert day. Alexandra Cranford joining us now in studio with the very latest, and weather could possibly derail Carnival season.
Yeah, and tomorrow, unfortunately, it looks like it will be the high winds first of all, and then later in the day, some storms moving in with a severe risk. But for the parade times, really what we're talking about is just gusty weather without thunderstorms until late in the day. So we're talking about really late morning through the evening with those high wind gusts, strong winds, plus that line of strong to severe storms in the evening. Secure items, of course, keep your WWL app open on your phone so you can get those alerts as we move through our Mardi Gras day. There is a high wind warning for tomorrow. This has been upgraded from a watch, and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. is the time, so pretty much the whole day on Mardi Gras. You can see those gusts up to 40 to maybe 55 miles per hour. Can't rule out a 60 mile per hour gust, but not all of us will see that by any means. Common though, 40 plus mile per hour gusts. Severe risk will be there with that line of storms, but we're waiting till later in the day for the actual rain. Here's a quick look at your timeline. Dry, windy, and warming up to start the day. So if you do get out on the parade routes, not too bad, but it will still be windy, just not quite as gusty as after, say, noon. It still looks mainly dry until about 3 or 4 p.m. 5 to 8 will be the strong storms arriving in a line, and then the rain ends, I think, by about 9 or 10. It'll be mostly out of here. For New Orleans, the most active time looks like maybe 6 p.m.-ish, so that could change a little bit. That's how it's looking right now. Charisse.
Alexandra, thank you so much. Everyone watching with bated breath. Despite the damper ahead, we're enjoying today's beautiful weather on Lundi Gras. Thank you for joining us for this very special hour. Now, Chris and Katie, they are live at the annual Lundi Gras festivities along the Riverwalk. How's it going out there, guys?
It is amazing. It is absolutely perfect. The weather is spectacular today. There's just like a slight little breeze blowing out here on the riverfront.
It's been really nice along the riverfront. Again, you do get that breeze coming off. The sun is kind of brutal, but at the moment it really feels very comfortable. And again, with the kind of overshadowing of what may or may not happen tomorrow, I think people here are just trying to enjoy Lundi Gras, which is actually a fairly recent tradition. This only goes back to 1987 with the meetings of Zulu and Rex. This was normally kind of that quiet day before Mardi Gras, the rest day after the big weekend of Carnival parades, and that's gone now. So that day of rest is long gone. You have to wait till Ash Wednesday now.
We're just going to keep that party going, especially since we are looking at the possibility of having something not good happen tomorrow. Obviously, Jefferson Parish Parade's already canceled, and then New Orleans is making the decision hour by hour as we move throughout the night. So right now, Zulu rolling 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 is when they're going to roll, and then Rex is rolling at 9:30 instead of their usual time. So parade's starting early. They're going to be moving faster, so get out there and party while you can.
And party out here. There's still plenty of time.
Absolutely.
Zulu Rex don't arrive until a little bit later on this evening. We've got the bands changing right now. I believe it was the Brassaholics right now. No, Brassaholics are coming on. Flow Tribe just wrapped up, and then Big Sam's Funky Nation coming on after that. And the crowds have been great. Devin Bartolotta is wandering somewhere along the Riverwalk, but I can't see her. Somewhere in Spanish Plaza. Devin?
Lots of fun people out here, Devin.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, so many fun people. The outfits are amazing. The vibes, immaculate out here. The weather could not be better. And I've got my tinsel on, but I really feel like I need more glitter. Yeah. So this is Courtney. Courtney actually did Chris Franklin's lightning bolt last year. So I'm gonna let you glitter me while we chat about this. So this is Electra Cosmetics, right?
Yes, Electra Cosmetics. We're a woman-owned company right here in New Orleans on St. Claude Avenue. So right next to the St. Roch Market.
Yeah. So tell me about your weekend.
It's been insane. It has been the best 5 days of Mardi Gras in a long time. I think the weather is bringing everybody out. So we've been partying from 11 a.m. pretty much till late at night every night for 5 days.
You told me you've got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep at this point.
Yes, it's been a wild weekend, but it's so much fun. You can't pass this up. So do you want me to do your glitter while?
Yeah, glitter me. And I've got, I guess, one more question for you, and then we'll let you glitter. How are the crowds out here today? You've done a lot of people so far, right?
Oh, it's been fun. Everybody's in such a great mood.
Yeah.
You know.
How could you be in a bad mood with glitter on your face?
You can't. Glitter makes everybody happy.
I love that. All right, Courtney, thank you so much. We're going to head over to Paul Murphy, who I think has some more action happening down there. Paul? Here, let me finish.
Well, I've been lucky enough to cover this event for at least the last 10 years, and I've been here when it's been raining. I've been here when it's been really cold and you had to bundle up. Not so today. People are here in short sleeves and short pants, and it's just beautiful right here on the riverfront, waiting for Rex and Zulu to arrive. And we just heard the Treme Brass Band. We'll be hearing more bands coming up between now and 7 o'clock. If you take a look at the crowd, we've got a great crowd out here. People have been out here since about noon today. We'll have music until about 7 tonight, interrupted by the Rex and Zulu on the stage. Let me go talk to one of the folks enjoying. This is Rose. She's originally from...
I'm from New Orleans. I live in Houston. For 33 years I've been in Houston. But New Orleans is the place to party.
And you say you make a point of coming to Lundi Gras every year.
Oh, yes, every year. This is what I love, Lundi Gras. I did enough parades with children and grandchildren. Now it's time for Lundi Gras. So this is what I come for.
I know you're doing a little dancing today.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I wish I could get out there in the middle of the floor and dance, but it's kind of difficult, so I'll just do my little side dance by myself. I can't get nobody to join in with me, but I'm cool as long as I'm in New Orleans.
All right, Rose, thank you very much. And again, this whole thing culminates with the arrival of Rex and Zulu. Rex will be coming here at the riverfront at 6 promptly, and we'll get to hear from them then. Now let's throw it over to Meg, who is with the Zulu crowd. Meg.
Well, Paul, I can tell you, let me go back to at the beginning of the show where we heard that soundbite from the police superintendent saying that she's used to making people mad and she knows that people are going to be mad. I can tell you from inside sources that the people who are really upset are the people who run the truck parades, because they say families, regular families, have spent a fortune getting ready for this. And also, I understand that Zulu is very, very concerned. They paid 5 different bands from HBCUs a sizable amount of money to be here, and they're very concerned about those colleges that they're not going to be able to play. So I can tell you that's some of what's going on. Now, what's going on here right behind me, it's hard to believe that we're talking about weather because it is gorgeous. Absolutely Chamber of Commerce, flawless weather. There are thousands of people out here in Waldenburg Park enjoying the music, and we're going to be here all evening until Queen Zulu and King Zulu arrive on that Coast Guard cutter. So we'll be coming back here and showing you what's going on. Reporting live from Waldenburg Park, I'm Meg Farris. Now let's take a quick break.
An alleged criminal conspiracy involving the mayor of New Orleans.
Accusation after accusation after accusation.
And only WWL Louisiana had the full story. I started this investigation years ago, and I'll keep digging, keep fighting, exposing corruption and holding our leaders accountable. I'm WWL Chief Investigative Reporter David Hammer, and you can stream my full investigations on WWL+.
I'm Attorney Morris Forrest. Search for me on Google. You'll see my law firm has over 7,000 five-star reviews. Why? Because results matter. If you've been injured in a car wreck, don't take a chance with your case. Call me now.
Take a journey across the night sky through the magical stories of Encanto, Aladdin, Moana, and the Disney princesses. Create new memories with Asha, Raya, and Anna and Elsa from Frozen 2 at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Coming to Lakefront Arena March 27th through 30th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
They got 8 New Orleans hospitals keeping you well. Ring the bell, we got something to tell. Keeping you well. CMC Health. Keeping you well. CMC Health. Keeping you well. CMC Health.
If you're craving crispy golden fries, but your bag is empty, that's a sign to check your friend's bag.
Get an order of world-famous fries, any size, for just $1 only in the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, we do have a weather impact alert day on Tuesday on Mardi Gras this year. Not the greatest day for it, of course, but it does look like we will have, first of all, some high winds during the day, and then later on in the evening, we'll get that line of strong storms. So certainly a day you'll want to stay aware, secure those items, especially if you're out on the parade routes, and then also check your app and make sure that you keep an eye on the weather, especially if you're out later in the day, like some people are after parades. Looking at our model, this is taking us through the day on Tuesday. I've paused it here at 1 p.m. Still no rain, but the gusts are increasing up to about 40+ miles per hour at this point. And also warmer air tomorrow, pretty warm temperatures getting into the upper 70s for highs. Here we are at 4. We're starting to see a little bit of rain arrive, maybe not right over New Orleans, but it will be edging into our area, or maybe around Baton Rouge to Hammond. And then this model is one of the slower ones, but it does have it near 6:30 or 7. That's where the heaviest rain and the most active part of this line of storms moves into New Orleans. So exact timing could be a little bit before or a little bit after this, but it does look like it'll move through fast. This is 9 p.m. The storm's racing on to the east, and then we're dry, I think, by about 9-10 p.m. for a lot of spots. Here's our system, by the way, really starting to kind of wrap up here and strengthen out to the west, and then we will see that front eventually move through, and we do have beautiful cooler weather for Ash Wednesday, but our big changing kind of day is tomorrow. Temperatures 60s to 70s, like we were hearing. It is absolutely perfect outside today. Tonight we'll have a dry night, clouds increase. North Shore lows upper 50s and South Shore around 60. And here's our big planner hour by hour for Mardi Gras Day tomorrow, getting into the 70s. And look at the wind gusts here. You can see kind of windy even until noon, but it may not be until we get to afternoon and then when the line of storms moves through that we see those near 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And that will take us through the evening. Notice that rain chance increasing by 5 to about 7 p.m. I think that will be the most active time for the storms. And then we're drying out at night. Looking for a breezy to windy day on Wednesday with highs near 67 and a warm up toward Friday and Saturday.
Okay, Alexandra, thank you so much. And we are back out here live on the riverfront where we are at a festival celebrating Lundi Gras. It's a great new tradition.
It is.
I say new since the 80s.
Yeah, 1887.
Yeah.
1880s. 1987. So, yeah, very recent, but it is a lot of fun, and it's gaining popularity because the crowds have been out here for the last 3 years, I believe.
Yes.
And the crowds just seem to get larger and larger, especially considering how ideal the weather is today.
It really is. I think people are really trying to soak up every ounce of sunshine that we can get today, continue that party, and, you know, make it last as long as it possibly can. So tomorrow, of course, is the big question mark. And so, you know, that we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But what we do know at this point is who the king and queen of Carnival are.
Who will officially be granted control of the city at 6 o'clock this evening.
Yes, it's very exciting. We got to learn their identities. They were presented to the crew just a little while ago. Members of the Rex organization learned about them earlier today. Attorney Hal Crosby will be the king of Carnival this year, and his queen will be a University of Arkansas student. Her name is Tatum Reese. So let's meet them, find out more about the king and queen of this year's carnival from Meg Ferris.
When's the last time you saw the King of Carnival play the banjo? For this year's Rex, Howell Crosby, it's a way to unwind.
I started playing when I was 15 years old and played it through college, and then you get married, you have children, and I put it down. And I started picking it up again about 2 years ago, and needed to catch up a lot after those years, but I've enjoyed trying to pick it back up.
Crosby is partner at Chaff McCall Law Firm. He served as its managing partner for 5 years. The New Orleans native has a long list of civic and business accomplishments.
It's a real honor to have even been considered, let alone selected to be Rex.
The Country Day and Tulane alum served on the city council, and both he and his wife Katie have worked with a long list of nonprofits: the Crescent City Farmers Market, Warren Easton, City Park, and the Louisiana Children's Museum.
To see where it's gone today and to take my grandchildren there, and it's just exciting. It's a wonderful organization and a wonderful thing to have here for people to visit, both locally and that are visitors to the city.
Crosby's roles in Rex include serving as the crew's attorney for almost 20 years and helping establish the Pro Bono Publico Foundation, which has given more than $14 million to public education since Hurricane Katrina.
When you look at the membership individually, what these people do in the community is just incredible. Individually and collectively, the Rex organization and its members, I'm very proud to be part of that and to have this honor of representing them in 2025 as a King of Carnival.
The 2025 Queen of Carnival is Tatum Lady Reese. She's the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. James Reese III. A few months ago, her father, who reigned as Rex in 2022, shared the news that Tatum had been selected queen. Her mom, Erica, was visiting her in Rome, where the University of Arkansas senior was studying abroad.
And my dad FaceTimed us, and he has his Rex mask on, which I didn't think anything of because he has humor like that. They hand me a box. When I opened the box, I pulled out an inflatable crown. And they go, blow it up, put it on your head. So I put it on my head, and then it starts to click. Oh my gosh, I am this year's Queen of Carnival.
At Arkansas, the Isidore Newman graduate is majoring in communications with a minor in equine science. From her volunteer work in equine therapy, she's learned how horses can help young people, veterans, and the disabled.
I think horses have a sense of awareness that humans don't, and I think that they can know us better than we even know ourselves.
As former Rex royalty, Tatum's father was able to give her advice about what to expect on Carnival Day.
Enjoy every moment and be present because it goes by very, very fast, and it'll be over before I know it.
Meg Ferris, WWL, Louisiana.
We are so excited for them to really experience their reign to the greatest extent that they actually can
as
tomorrow.
As much as they possibly can tomorrow.
Yes, it is such a historic day for the city and for them, and we want the best for them. We're going to hear all about Zulu's royalty, too, coming up in just a little while, but also very important tomorrow.
Yes, very important, and we're joined by a couple of special guests, Professor Carl Naval and Grand Marshal Mardi Gras, just to kind of talk a little bit about the Lundi Gras. We've been mentioning the fact that this is a rather new tradition. Tell us a little bit about what goes on down here at the Riverwalk, but then also the meeting of Zulu and Rex.
We have the meeting of Zulu and Rex this evening at 6 p.m. Zulu will come here to meet Rex as he arrives at the foot of the river. A tradition that actually goes all the way back to the 1800s, stopped during the First World War, and then was resuscitated in the late 80s to become the celebration that we have now. As you can see, music all over the place. We have
sounds so good.
People out here that are having a marvelous time, and this is really the true beginning of Mardi Gras, because once Rex arrives and that key is handed over to him at sunset, it is the beginning of Mardi Gras, all the way until sunset tomorrow night.
Now, nothing changes with the maybe shortened route tomorrow. what do you think could happen with the kind of abbreviated Mardi Gras Day?
Well, of course it's necessary. We have to, particularly in times like this, in order for them to be able to march, they have to truncate the route, they have to take out all of the bands and things. But the important thing is that they are getting to march anyway. And we're getting out on the street a little bit earlier. There won't be all the things that we're normally used to having, but at least we're able to have Zulu and Rex, and we're able to continue to enjoy the day. And even when the winds pick up tomorrow, folks, don't think that the parades are over, Mardi Gras is over. Get out and celebrate. It's more fun when everybody participates.
Yeah, it's going to be great. The truck parades also, you know, it's a historic situation for the truck parades as well, especially one of the crews that you were mentioning to us earlier about how this was going to be a historic ride. Touch on that for just a second, and so we can find out more about that.
The oldest truck parade in Carnival is the crew of El Sorlinians. This is their 90th year. They began in 1935, and all of the other truck parades are based upon what the El Sorlinians originally created.
We're going to hear more about whether or not they will make their ride at a later date as the hours continue and as we see how the weather unfolds. We're going to talk to you guys again in just a little bit, but we want to take a quick break and be right back to our special coverage in just a moment.
Got your tax refund? Stretch it further with Go Auto low-cost car insurance. At Go Auto, we understand your need for affordable coverage. That's why we have no commission agents or hidden fees eating at your savings. With Go Auto, you can save up to 30% or more on your car insurance. Go Auto has one focus, low-cost car insurance, so we can save you more. For a fast, free quote, go online at GoAutoInsurance.com. Call 1-833-700-0000 or stop by a location near you.
The Rooms to Go anniversary sale, we're going big. 2030 interest-free financing bid. First, save big on the furniture you buy, then finance and pay no interest until January 2030. Not 1 penny of interest. Yes, you get both. Low anniversary sale prices, plus easy to manage 2030 interest-free financing. So let's go. Shop the Rooms to Go anniversary sale today.
Every parade at your fingertips. Get the WWL Parade Tracker app, completely redesigned to make your Mardi Gras easier than ever. Now track the front and back of some of Carnival's best parades. Drop a pin where you're parked, share your location with a friend, favorite the parades you love so they're easy to find, and so much more. Get the all-new WWL Parade Tracker app, sponsored by Popeyes, Winn-Dixie, LCMC Health, Bank Plus, and Naples Iconic Gulf Coast Trial Lawyers.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Back, everybody. We are here in the Brassaholics behind us here on the riverfront this afternoon.
So good.
They are so good. I can think of a worse way to spend a work day.
I agree. It's hard to think of this as a work day right now.
I know, it's amazing. We're having a great time out here, and we were just talking about the history of Carnival for the crews. What I think is so special about this season in New Orleans is that it's also history for each and every one of us. We all have our own Carnival memories that we've made over the years. It becomes a tradition in our families and our lives, and that's such a wonderful thing to be able to experience year after year.
And sometimes it's difficult because obviously we're in a job where we're working most of Carnival season, but we do have time where we're not working all of the parades, and we can get out there with our own kids, remembering places that we went to as kids, and then repeating those or making new memories with our own kids, both of us having 2 kids. Mine are a little bit younger, and so sometimes they're into it, and then other years they're, we're good staying at home.
And you know, even even doing this job, it's been nice to share some of those carnival memories with you out there. One of the most special times that I've had in my life was when I found out I was expecting my daughter, and so I dressed as a king cake with our former meteorologist, Derek Kepra, and we were on the Bourbon Street balcony, and so I had a baby inside the king cake, and that's how I announced to a lot of people, that there was a baby inside, and so I was expecting a baby back when I was weekend anchor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was a very special memory for me, and then those other memories just with my children, I think are take the cake, no pun intended, from there. But, memories with my daughter and my son, just carnival naps, holding my babies.
Yes.
Where they're taking parade naps and, experiencing those little things, those little joys that I will never forget and that are so special to both me and them. And isn't that wonderful? I know you have something similar.
I've got a picture of myself, my wife Amy, and my daughter Lucy. A few years ago, we were able to all ride in the crew of Mad Hatters and Metairie, and really had great memories from that. That on that day, it was Lucy's 7th birthday, so she celebrated her 7th birthday riding in a crew in Metairie where the fans were singing happy birthday to her.
Yes.
And then, I don't have a picture of it, but a new memory that I just shared on social media. I was the MC, the crew of Iris this past Saturday morning. Lucy was just kind of getting over a cold, so she wasn't in the mood to go, but Henry came with me, and it was just dad and son at a parade, and he had an absolute blast, and I had a blast seeing how excited he was. He'd run up in the stand, get his bag, come run back down, tell me, Dad, it's a giraffe float. Run, get his throws, run back up, put him in a bag, and by the end of the day, he had a bag full of stuff that I had no idea he had gotten.
That's amazing. It's amazing. And each one of those little things, those little moments are things that we take with us,
Absolutely.
And it's so incredible to be able to make new memories, including the memories that are going to be had based on this weather event. Good or bad, it's going to stick with us.
Fun memories during the COVID year when we were all inside, but we had fun in studio. That was the crew of house floats that year, so it may be a little bit abbreviated tomorrow, but there will still be some great memories to be had.
It's always a good time, and we're going to continue to have a good time out here on the riverfront. But first, we need to take a quick... Whoa, okay.
I'm just getting into it. Float ride, baby. Brassaholic.
Take a journey across the night sky through the magical stories of Encanto, Aladdin, Moana, and the Disney princesses. Create new memories with Asha, Raya, and Anna and Elsa from Frozen 2 at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Opening night tickets start at $15. Playing Lakefront Arena March 27th through 30th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
Just minutes from the Crescent City, St. Bernard is New Orleans' most historic neighbor. Savor our southern flair for cooking, from the freshest catch of the day to Louisiana's spicy Creole favorites. Experience our abundant fishing with some of the nation's most generous catch limits. In St. Bernard, you can stroll the fields of the Battle of New Orleans and relive the historic conflict. And there's always a party where festivals celebrate our unique spirit and culture. Discover St. Bernard and let history be your guide.
For secondhand exposure to asbestos. Many workers carried asbestos home on their work clothes, exposing everyone in the household. Fortunately, there are still $30 billion in asbestos trusts to pay for the damage. Spouses and children can qualify for a share of the $30 billion. For over a decade, AsbestosClaims.law has helped workers and their families file claims and receive compensation checks for their asbestos exposure. Contact us at 833-4-ASBESTOS.
Live from WWL Louisiana, this is a Carnival on 4 Lundi Gras special.
Everybody throw your hands up, throw your hands up, throw your hands up. So take a bite. Go.
Welcome back, everybody. We're having a great time with Brassaholics. But
I was seeing some folks I recognized.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry. I was distracted.
We're having a blast out here, but Meg Ferris really has a great task tonight of meeting with the King and Queen of Zulu, continuing a family tradition. Meg?
right now, Katie, I have them live. Here is King and Queen Zulu 2025. And Rodney Mason, I have to tell you, I got a lump in my throat when I read about you being the youngest member and about your dad seeing you elected but not making it to see you king, and how much that meant to him.
My dad is all about continuing the legacy of his son. I'm Rodney P. Mason Jr. My dad joined this organization in 1979. 45 years later, he wanted to see what's best for his son. He'll give his shirt off his back, and I'm here today to say thank you to my dad up in heaven, and thank you for sharing the journey of my wife, the love of my silent star, Kristen Mason, Queen Zulu.
Yes. And I know this is so exciting for you because the Lion King inspired your headdress today.
Yes, I grew up in the 90s. So when Mufasa died, Simba came alive. So Big Rodney, he had to pass away. Simba now is King Zulu, Rodney Jr.
Mm-hmm. And here's the beautiful queen, and he wasn't going to be able to come home if he didn't select you queen.
You know that's right. It's very true. I wanted him to select me because I knew that this journey meant so much to him, and I know that his father is watching us reign beautifully for Mardi Gras, for Zulu.
Kristen Bonds Mason, and I love that you said this is all about community, that this is all about what Zulu does for the city and the people in the community.
Yes, so Zulu is a benevolent society that gives back to the city of New Orleans. We love doing this. This is what we do. We look forward to Mardi Gras Day. Rain, sleet, or snow, Zulu will roll. Regardless, might be some slight modifications, but we're going to be on the streets of New Orleans tomorrow.
And you know what? A lot of crews talk about having celebrities, those super crews. But the first crew to have a celebrity guest, Louis Armstrong with Zulu.
And Louis Armstrong, that was my nickname when I played trumpet back in high school and undergrad. So they call me Satchmo. You might see a trumpet on the float tomorrow instead of some coconuts.
Well, break some news right here live on Channel 4. Are you going to put your scepter down and pull up your cornet?
Yes, why not? It's Mardi Gras Day. Anything happens. It's for everybody. Everything happens.
Beautiful. Y'all have a beautiful reign, and the route's a little shortened. Is that upsetting?
Yeah, no, it's not. We'll enjoy ourselves regardless. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Have a beautiful ride. All right. Same to you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me get out of your way.
All right, that's Meg Ferris talking to King and Queen Zulu over at Waldenburg Park, having a good time on this Lundi Gras. And happy Lundi Gras to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our Carnival on Ford Lundi Gras special. I'm Sharice Gibson. We've got a full team of revelers partying with all of y'all today. But first, we got to let you know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's the big change. How bad will the weather get tomorrow? Alexandra Cranford, everybody is standing by right now, bated breath, trying to figure out what time can they come out for Carnival, or are things going to be canceled?
Yeah, well, it seems like a good idea, I think, to move it earlier because the winds will start to increase, especially after about lunchtime. So it might be an earlier than usual Mardi Gras day, but I hope it will happen. I hope people can get out, and that is the plan at this point, unless we hear something differently. Things just moved a little bit earlier. But late morning into evening is the time frame for those winds to really start to kick up. Strong winds are the concern for that parade time, and then much later in the day, late afternoon to evening, we get a line of strong to severe thunderstorms, and that's not really related with the winds earlier. It's the same system, of course, but the winds earlier are ahead of the rain. And then what we'll need to do, secure items, of course, keep up to date with everything as far as weather and other updates go with your WWL app, and make sure you can get some alerts, especially if you're going to be out there later in the day. Like some people were saying, go to the parades and then you can do more after. If you do more after, please just keep in mind by about 5-6 p.m. we're starting to see likely those storms move in. We do have a high wind warning for tomorrow. Southeast winds up to about 35 miles per hour sustained, and then we should see some pretty frequent gusts of about 40 to maybe 50 miles per hour. There may even be a few isolated gusts near 60 miles per hour, but not everyone is going to see a 60 mile per hour wind gust by any means. Looking at our model, this takes us from tonight, just a little bit breezy, into tomorrow morning. So 7 a.m., this will be already where Zulu is rolling at this point as planned. And then we can see that the winds will increase with the gusts in yellow, maybe up to about 40, Slidell indicating near 50 mile per hour wind gusts for the afternoon. 5 p.m. we're starting to see the line of storms move in, and then by 10 and 11 the wind will start to decrease a bit as we start to see that front which has passed through. I'll get more into detail with the storms and the rain in my next forecast. I'll see you in a few minutes for that.
All right, Alexandra, thank you so much. Here's what we know about tomorrow's parades. Carnival in Covington will start earlier, 9:15 a.m. Parades in Houma, they will begin at 11 a.m. instead of the normal 1:30 time slot. And New Orleans Zulu will roll at 6:30 a.m. Rex will follow Zulu. Alyssa Curtis has been following these changes all day. Alyssa, even the New Orleans routes have been altered, and there's a possibility that we could see some more changes. Alyssa, have we heard anything else from Chief Ann Kirkpatrick?
We have not gotten any other updates since the last time we saw you guys, but things can change very quickly. So we're out here. I'm on standby. In case I see her walk by again, I'll grab her and say, hey, anything new, any other updates? Like we heard Alexandra say, those winds are now a warning. So Chief Kirkpatrick said she will not hesitate to cancel if things get too dangerous and look too dangerous for people to be out on the route. But as of right now, we are rolling, of course, with some changes. Those high winds cause some concerns. Of course, we don't want the floats to kind of wobble or tip over. Of course, people on the route, things can fly all over the place. So we're going to start Mardi Gras a little earlier than usual. So just take your coffee, your king cake out to the route and just start Mardi Gras a little earlier. That means you can get in bed a little earlier. I always love that. So Zulu will start at 6:30 a.m. sharp. So you're going to want to get on the route very, very early. Not only are they starting earlier, but unfortunately they will not have any of the marching bands or walking crews, so they can get through and roll in that specific window that NOPD has deemed safe for us to roll. Also, their route is shortened, so they will turn on Poydras and then head to the Superdome. Rex will roll right after, around 9:30 a.m. Their route is also shorter. They'll turn on Jackson instead of their usual route.
People live for this. They live for this day. It's the biggest free show on earth. And, you know, we hadn't had to cancel it except for strikes or COVID and so forth. So we tried to push to get it done. It's not the same going the following weekend.
We spend a whole year building a beautiful procession of fine artwork, and it's all about putting that artwork on the street for the people of New Orleans and its visitors to see. So we really don't like to see parades canceled.
Crews are ready to roll tomorrow and excited to roll, but of course things can change, so we'll stay out here and give you, of course, any update we hear. For now, reporting live on Magazine and Napoleon, Alyssa Curtis, WWL Louisiana.
Alyssa, thank you so much. And of course, we're just hoping for the best. Jefferson Parish leaders, they're standing firm on their decision to cancel all of tomorrow's parades. This morning, Parish President Cynthia Lee Shang, she said to keep Carnival safe is always her top priority. And she's now encouraging everyone to get out and celebrate with the crews of Centurions and King, who are still rolling tonight. There's still time. We're actively monitoring all of these changes. There are a handful rolling tonight. If you don't plan to make it out tomorrow, you can find details on routes and all on our WWL Parade Tracker app. We want to continue our coverage right now with Paul Murphy standing by now. We're waiting for the King of Carnival, Rex, to arrive at Spanish Plaza, Paul.
Therese, we're listening to some great music out here at Spanish Plaza. The Brassaholics are on the stage right now, followed by Big Sam's Funky Nation. But one of the stars of the show will be Rex, King of Carnival, who arrives here at Spanish Plaza promptly at 6 aboard a Coast Guard cutter. It's a tradition that dates back more than 100 years. And the King of Carnival, Rex 2025, is Howell Crosby. Crosby is a partner in the law firm of Chase McCall. He is also a longtime Rex lieutenant and civic leader. His queen is Tatum Lady Reese, a senior at the University of Arkansas and an Isidore Newman graduate. This year's Rex theme is La Belle en Pâques, a time of peace, cultural flourishing, and technological progress in France. Some of the iconic images you'll see on the floats include the Eiffel Tower, Lady Liberty's crown, Marie Curie's Madame Curie's Discovery, Van Gogh's Starry Night and Sunflowers, and the can-can dancers of the Moulin Rouge.
This parade, it was done by artists, about artists, so the artwork on these floats is extraordinarily beautiful. I say every year, they've never been better. This year, I'm going to say it again, these floats have never looked better.
And once Rex arrives here on the riverfront, he'll head straight to the stage where he'll meet city leaders and the King Zulu. A proclamation will be read. then Rex's rule begins in the city of New Orleans. Paul Murphy, WWL Louisiana. We'll be back after the break.
One night, one stage, Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks. Saturday, October 18th, one special evening at Caesars Superdome. The first time together in New Orleans. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday, October 18th, don't miss Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks.
I love betting on the NBA with FanDuel, especially when I've got the world's greatest basketball mind on my side. What's up, Chuck GPT?
What's up, Chuck IRL?
What do you think about this parlay?
It's great, but why don't you use me for something you really need help with?
What does Charles Barkley really need help with?
Hundreds of results found.
Uh-oh.
Fashion sense, basic math.
What?
Being on time, portion control, conflict resolution, enunciating, free throw percentage.
New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Eating vegetables.
I've been suffering all my life. Problems breathing, sinus problem. I got to meet Dr. Anal, and after the treatment, I feel much better now. Not having infections month after month after month is amazing. I will recommend this in-office procedure to anybody because it really changed my life.
I'm Dr. Anand of GNO Snoring and Sinus. If you suffer from any snoring or sinus issues, we're here to help.
Here's what you know. You were injured in a crash involving a big truck.
But here's what you don't know. While you're trying to recover, the truck company is already taking steps that could hurt you and your family.
Combing the crash site, talking to witnesses, coaching their drivers, trying to shift blame away from them and onto you.
And if that sounds bad, what comes next could be even worse.
Let our team protect you.
Truck crash, demand Dudley DeBosier. Call 444-4444.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Franklin just kind of.
It's hard.
It
is hard not to dance with the Brassaholics.
I know.
It is really hard not to move.
I know. We're shaking this riser a little bit up here, and I'm okay with it.
Let's stay steady.
I hope it holds. Anyway, we're having a great time out here on the riverfront as we await the arrival of the King and Queen of Carnival.
Yes.
They're going to be arriving here later, but right now, of course, the Brassaholics playing, and lots of music to come, fireworks to come.
Yes, that'll be later on this evening once the sun goes down. Weather has been phenomenal. We already heard from the King and Queen of Zulu at McFerris at Waldenberg Park.
Yes.
But she got a little bit more in depth of their background story.
Yes.
So let's hear a little bit more about the King and Queen of Zulu.
Everyone is waiting for the day. That Tuesday, when the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club take to the streets. Showcasing more than 100 years of carnival tradition Rodney Mason Jr. has been part of most of his life.
My father introduced me to this organization at the age of 2, later became a page in 94, and then later asked to be a member in 21. I spent my entire adult life in the organization.
And now he continues the legacy as King Zulu 2025 with his wife, Queen Zulu 2025, Kristen Bonds Mason, by his side.
It's big. It's something that I never dreamed of. You see how much work that he put into the club, how much work it is to show the members his story, and now for it to be the celebratory part, that's the biggest thing we both could ever imagine.
King Rodney Mason Jr. certainly has a story within the organization, taking part in 26 committees, being part of the Zulu Ensemble and a Zulu Tramp. He was also elected Zulu Mayor in 2018, among other accomplishments within the organization.
Zulu has been great to me, has been fun to me, has been not one troubling time in this organization. I take this organization with extreme passion. As my wife could say, I live and breathe Zulu. I'm in a club, in the lounge almost every day.
So it was only fitting he be elected as the 109th king of the organization he so loves and has dedicated himself to, even crediting Zulu with playing a part in his upbringing.
And this organization helped me become even more of a man. And as we say, my father say, for all mankind to respect that this organization give the community and what it gave me to pour into the community. That's what made me who I am today.
Now this royal pair are preparing for one of the biggest rides of their lives, where King Zulu, also a talented trumpet player and graduate of St. Augustine High School and Alabama A&M, just might showcase his skill on the royal float, reminiscent of another member of Zulu royalty.
King Zulu 49, Louis Armstrong, put out my horn on Mardi Gras Day. I thought about it, I told Chris, I say, I might have my horn as my scepter instead of the actual scepter.
He keeps pulling the horn out and playing it in the living room. And I'm like, are you preparing for something?
Yeah.
While the city anxiously awaits their royal arrival on Mardi Gras morning, hoping to catch a prized coconut, King and Queen Mason cement themselves in Zulu history and relish this moment as carnival royalty.
Looking forward to Fat Tuesday. Every day is the day. You are King Zulu every day. You King Zulu in that particular moment. Live the moment.
Sharice Gibson, WWL, Louisiana.
Joined once again by Professor Carl Naval, and you didn't hear the package earlier, or Meg Ferris was able to speak to the King and Queen of Zulu. He is a trumpet player.
Yes.
With that shortened route, do you think maybe he'll get a chance to regale the audiences, the crowds, with his trumpet playing?
I think if he is King of Zulu, he would be foolish not to take the opportunity, to be honest. And I'm sure he will.
I mean, Zulu is steeped in tradition and history.
Yes.
I know we always have to err on the side of caution and public safety, but do you think some of the crew members are a little disheartened by the shortened route?
I'm sure that they're disheartened, but it's better than having the entire parade rained out. I'm certain most of the membership realize that. As long as the parade can be seen and enjoyed, I think everybody will eventually be happy with it. And I look at it this way, because the parade is shorter, you have a lot more time to go out and see and do tomorrow than you normally would.
That's true. That's a good way to think about it.
Exactly.
There is always that silver lining. Devin Bartolotta is still going through the crowds, but also the number of vendors that are out here at the Riverwalk. Let's take a look at where she is now.
Hey guys, yeah, there are several local businesses, local restaurants out here that are just crushing it with clients, customers coming through because the crowds are amazing right now. This is Brittany with NOLA Cookie Co. She is the founder, CEO, baker, everything, and you have something that will be illegal in like 36 hours.
Oh, yes. So today we made something very special for this event only. It is a king cake, a mini king cake, because we do small treats. So this was perfect. Everybody's grabbing them, loving them, and then they don't have to wrap it up for later because it'll be gone soon.
They're so cute. You guys have been so busy. Tell me about the crowds and about how business is going today.
Everybody's having a great time. Of course, the weather is perfect and everybody needs a little jazz in their mouth, so they come over and get a little sweet treat. We've been super busy. I don't know what's going on, whether it's the Fat Tuesday cookies or what, but people are all over here all day.
People are stocking up before Lent, so they got to get their sweets in now. What's been going the best?
So, number one thing today is the Fat Tuesday cookie. Everybody's been snagging those up. They're buying them 6 at a time. And then it's the mini king cakes. Everything Mardi Gras.
Awesome. All right, Brittany, thank you so much. You're right, the weather is absolutely perfect today. Thank you so much. We're going to head over to Meg Ferris with more.
I talked to you earlier about
And King and Queen Zulu have just addressed the hundreds, maybe thousands of people who are here in Waldenburg Park. You can see them up there right now, and all the maids and dukes in their gorgeous, always gorgeous costumes. They're talking to everyone about the parade, and no one right now is thinking about a shortened route. You know the tramps who are in Zulu, they're the guys with the big, huge feather headdresses, and they dance and they have a great time, and they're colorful and just beautiful their costumes are. Well, they're not going to be in the parade tomorrow because of the shortened parade. And I asked one of them, I said, are you upset that you're not parading tomorrow? And he goes, you can't do anything about Mother Nature because she's going to win every single time. So it is what it is. So they're taking it in stride and having a wonderful time today, and lots of people here, lots of people watching them and just enjoying this beautiful weather today before tomorrow. All right, that's what's going on here live from Waldenburg Park at the Zulu Fest. Now we're going to take a quick break.
Just minutes from the Crescent City, St. Bernard is New Orleans' most historic neighbor. Savor our southern flair for cooking, from the freshest catch of the day to Louisiana's spicy Creole favorites. Experience our abundant fishing with some of the nation's most generous catch limits. In St. Bernard, you can stroll the fields of the Battle of New Orleans and relive the historic conflict. And there's always a party where festivals celebrate our unique spirit and culture. Discover St. Bernard and let history be your guide.
LCMC Health. They got 8 New Orleans hospitals keeping you well. Ring the bell, we got something to tell. Keeping you well. LCMC Health. Keeping you well. LCMC Health. Keeping you well. LCMC Health. LCMC.
Take a journey across the night sky through the magical stories of Encanto, Aladdin, Moana, and the Disney princesses. Create new memories with Asha, Raya, and Anna and Elsa from Frozen 2 at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Opening night tickets start at $15. Playing Lakefront Arena March 27th through 30th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
You're always in for a great time, but don't take my word for it.
Every time we are on Great Day, Louisiana, we see an increase in donations.
A huge increase of local traffic coming into the storefront.
If you're a new business owner and you're looking for a great way to expand your business, Great Day Louisiana is a great way to do it.
And we would love to help make it a great day for your business. To find out how you can be featured on the show, just email greatday@wwltv.com.
Welcome back, everybody. It is shaping up to be a perfect evening tonight here on the riverfront. Awaiting those fireworks, awaiting the arrival of the King of Carnival, Rex.
Yes.
Very exciting night.
And we're here, Paul Murphy is down on the floor a little bit closer to the river where I believe we saw the Coast Guard color guard march past you, Paul.
Yep.
We also have a better shot of Maine. A little hard to hear, but they're sounding great, the Brassaholics. And we're talking about the Rex's arrival promptly at 6 o'clock. The Coast Guard we're told that they
Except when I actually have to hear what Paul's saying.
Paul is having a lot of fun, but he's literally right next to the Brassaholics.
He is. He's got a front row seat.
We could ask him to tone it down a little bit. Hey, guys, can you keep it down a little?
No,
right.
but I have heard from
That's not going to work.
no less than 6 people. Can you tell that guy to change the forecast for tomorrow?
No.
It doesn't work that way.
It does not work that way.
No. It's a
Cannot
bummer.
change the forecast. So again, enjoy tonight, enjoy early tomorrow.
Yes.
But you know, you're going to have more time to see all of those parades earlier, and then you got a little bit more time to rest that night.
And we might actually have a bonus day of truck parades at some point if it all shakes out that way.
Rearranged and reorganized, we might get a bonus day. That's
We're
right.
going to keep
Absolutely.
this party going all the way into the summer.
Barkus already had to be, changed for, so why not change the other parades?
Why not?
Why not?
It's going to be great. I mean, this has been such a crazy weather year for Carnival. But,
has.
what I've discovered, as we all know, is that we can adapt pretty well and we can find the party wherever we can get it.
And very quickly. Things can be moved and changed when necessary.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, it has been so much fun being here with you.
Yes, it's always a lot of fun out here.
I know, it's been great. We love being out here by the Riverwalk outlets, and, thank you so much for being with us as we celebrated this Lundi Gras, and that's going to do it for
Big truck wreck, I was hurt, Morris Bart got me $250,000.
When I was hurt in a car wreck, Morris Bart got me $300,000.
Don't take a chance with your case. Call me.
Call Morris Bart now, the firm you know, the name you trust.
Where are my keys?
Don't wait while memory and thinking issues pile up. These issues may seem like normal aging, but could be due to a buildup of amyloid plaques in the brain. Amyloid can build up over time. The sooner you talk to your doctor, the more options you may have. Visit amyloid.com for additional information.
If you are exposed to asbestos, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Families often face losing their homes or life savings just to pay the bills. If you or a loved one worked in these industries and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to compensation to protect your family. At Rights and Claims, we've helped families recover over $1 billion to cover medical costs, lost wages, and more. Let us help you secure their future with the compensation you deserve. Call now, 800-481-7553.
Whether you're hurt by a dump truck or a garbage truck or any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. And these are some of the big results I fought to get my clients. Just call me, get it done.
Call 800-8888.
Weather impact alert leading to some major changes for Fat Tuesday 2025. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson. So all of the parades for the final day of Carnival are impacted. Right now, the only cancellations are in Jefferson Parish. We broke that news online last night. Fat Tuesday in New Orleans will be much different as well. The parades will roll early and both routes are being cut short. Alyssa Curtis was there as officials laid out the changes for Zulu and Rex. She's joining us live now with more. Can you break this all down for us, Alyssa?
Yeah, Sharice, the good news is that the party will still go on, but of course, like you mentioned, there will be some changes, and we could get another update from Chief Kirkpatrick. So we're kind of on standby right now, but as of right now, those parades will go on, but of course, with some changes. The winds are creating some concern, so Chief Kirkpatrick says she wants to make sure that everyone is safe and still kind of keep people happy, but again, she's not afraid of making people upset if she needs to end up canceling tomorrow's parade. She said there is right now a specific window that they believe they can get all the parades through safely so we can still enjoy Mardi Gras. So as of right now, Zulu will begin at 6:30 a.m. sharp. So get out there early, get on the parade route early, because 6:30 a.m. they are rolling. They unfortunately will not have any walking crews or marching bands because, again, they need to make sure they are through their route at a specific time to get everyone off the route and safe at home before Kirkpatrick says those winds pick up to a dangerous speed. Their route will be shorter. Instead of rolling through Chimay and ending at their headquarters, they'll turn left at Poydras and end at the Superdome. Rex will roll right after Zulu at around 9:30, also with a shortened route. They'll turn on Jackson, then proceed to the Den. The truck parades will not roll on tomorrow on Mardi Gras. They'll roll Sunday. Even with these changes, Kirkpatrick says she needs to keep everyone safe and, again, will not hesitate to cancel tomorrow if it looks like it'll be too dangerous.
If the national weather forecast turns from a watch for severe wind to a warning, I will cancel the parades at that point, no matter what time that is, okay? So right now it is a forecast watch, but it's within the parameters that we think we can safely run. I hold that trump card in which I will not hesitate to cancel. I won't do it slightly or lightly, I should say, but I will do it.
And she was not playing around today, guys. I will tell you that. As of right now, parades have a hard stop at 11:30, again, because of that specific window she says that we have in order to get everything through. Also tomorrow, keep in mind, they will not allow any tents, umbrellas, anything that can fly away, because they want to make sure they don't hurt anyone, fly away, hit a rider, any kids on the route. So NOPD says they will be cracking down on all of that enforcement. So please be safe tomorrow. Again, we could get another update from Chief Kirkpatrick at any moment, but right now we will roll tomorrow, just with those different times and different routes. For now, reporting live at Napoleon and Magazine, Alyssa Curtis, WWL Louisiana.
Alyssa, thank you. Jefferson Parish was the first to announce changes as a result of the Fat Tuesday forecast. Making that decision to cancel Argus and the crew of Elks Jeffersonians. Amelia Strahan is live for us in the Veterans Parade route, where tonight they're expecting some big crowds, since tonight's parades will be the final ones on that route this season. Amelia, do we know know if Argus or Elks have rescheduled their parades yet?
Well, the good news is it looks like Carnival is going to last a little bit longer this year. The crew of Argus said they plan to reschedule the parade for later this month, but they haven't nailed down a day just yet. We reached out to the crew of Elks as well, but we haven't heard back from them. Now, crew leaders say that talks of potentially canceling these parades started yesterday afternoon, and officials made the difficult decision late last night. With wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour in the forecast for tomorrow, Parish leaders said the best way to keep Mardi Gras safe was to cancel parades. From large floats to ladders, Parish President Cynthia Lee Shang said inclement weather can cause a slew of safety concerns. We spoke with the king of the crew of Argus, and he said it's not the news they wanted, but safety is always the right call.
You know, I understand the weather concerns and the safety issues. I feel more disappointed for the young girls in the court and the Queen. It's a big day for them. I spent a lot of time in preparation for it.
Now, whenever the parish president announced the cancellation, she encouraged residents to get out and enjoy the last two parades of Carnival season here in Jefferson Parish. You can see by the crowds behind me, they definitely took her advice. Reporting live from Metairie, Amelia Strahan, WWL, Louisiana.
Take advantage right now, Amelia. Thank you. New Orleans and Jefferson Parish are not the only parades changing for tomorrow. Because of the high wind, the Covington parades are moving up to start at 9:15 on Fat Tuesday. Officials say they will close the streets along the parade route starting at 9 a.m. And the two parades in Terrebonne Parish are moving up as well. The crew of Homa will now start at 11, followed by the crew of Cajuns. As we mentioned, the JP parades are canceled. In New Orleans, Zulu again will start at 6:30 a.m. Fat Tuesday, with Rex to follow at 9:30, and both of those parades will have those shortened routes. Our parade tracker has all the updated times as well as the updated parade maps for Zulu and Rex. In the event of any other changes, you'll see those in the tracker as well. Just search your phone's app store to download a copy for free. And we have live team coverage this Lundi Gras as the annual festival takes place on the banks of the Mississippi River. Katie Moore and Chris Franklin, they're joining us now live on the riverfront. That is where the lineup is packed with live music from artists like Big Sam, and Meg Ferris is there as the king and queen of Zulu arrive to continue their royal meet and greets, and Rex expected just after 6 o'clock tonight. And before we get